Okay, this is a great way to make your neighbors hate you. Get up at 5 a.m. and then set up a camera right outside their door. New York Stock Exchange is interested in creating their own Bitcoin trading platform. My name is Michael Kubera. Let's talk about them. Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan, and a couple others who are now seemingly hypocritical from their decisions from a couple months ago. Or maybe it was all along their master evil plan. The puppets. Okie dokie. So the news is pretty much, if you guys remember a couple months ago, even during when Bitcoin was rising meteorically, especially then towards the end in December, there was multiple players who came out and they called Bitcoin a fraud. We still have one of the biggest Bitcoin trolls, Warren Buffett. He's saying Bitcoin, see you, goodbye. And the reason for that is you have to understand there's different biases out there. First of all, most of the people coming out against Bitcoin, like the real players, the ones of any value, are the ones with a lot of money, obviously, because they are successful people, at least on the eyes of society, and they have the opportunity to make movements, large enough movements that could definitely impact the market. Nobody single-handedly can buy out Bitcoin, but a large amount of these guys who are billionaires are well connected with governments, with banks, with people who have a lot of money, and these guys, all they have to do is make a couple phone calls and they could do some movements. So whenever somebody comes out against Bitcoin, it's a little bit interesting to see why. Is it because maybe they're a little jealous and they want to make some money too? That is a very big possibility, especially when a large amount of these guys come out at the same time or around the same time. They have billions of dollars of assets that they're sitting on. They have long trading histories spanning decades or even centuries. And sure, it's a giant company, and most of these guys, well, they can't be held responsible for certain things. The 2008 crash and trading scandals, corruption cases, stealing money, managers riding around in Corvettes with prostitutes. Anyways, what I'm trying to say here is multiple companies that were calling Bitcoin a fraud have now decided they're going to make Bitcoin trading platforms. They're investing in Bitcoin. They're allowing their employees and customers to invest into Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Some have gone out and supported other cryptocurrencies, not just Bitcoin, which is a little interesting because, wow, things really change fast, I guess. Didn't want to get yelled by an old lady, so actually she's a very lovely grandma, very respectful, and that's why I'm going to move away. Because these guys I don't care about. Berkshire is bearish. Billionaire investors Mr. Warren Buffett and Mr. Charlie Munger of Berkshire Hathaway, they've both come out and said on recent interviews that Bitcoin will fail. They've compared it to rat poison. Now, my favorite story is this one, which really ties in with the theme of everything. A Chinese angel investor. This dude gathers over 10,000 Bitcoins during the bear markets. During the Q1 semester of 2018. This angel investor goes by the name of Kai Wensheng. Wensheng is a founder of a selfie touch-up app called My2. He's currently an angel investor with a net worth of over $1.15 billion. He's stocked up on 10,000 plus Bitcoins, and he says he definitely has plans to purchase more crypto. Yay. He's also invested in other cryptocurrencies other than Bitcoin. I'm not really going to go into that, but that is the highlight of this story. You have a lot of these players who have been stocking up because, you know, the guy who's calling Bitcoin rat poison, Mr. Warren Buffett. When did Mr. Warren Buffett make the most amount of money in his career? I mean, he admitted it himself. It's when the markets are down and when everybody else is selling, when there's bloody Tuesdays, he's buying. And there's nothing to say that Mr. Warren Buffett isn't buying. And there's nothing to say that Jamie Dimon, when he called Bitcoin a fraud, wasn't buying at that point. Even though these companies did come out. And by the way, Chase is still one of the banks, one of the 5 major banks that Coinbase did come out in a report. I'll do another video on that. Coinbase made a report saying that there's multiple banks not allowing credit card users to purchase cryptocurrency. So they're still with that, but then they're supporting crypto and what? It doesn't make sense. In a move which sets the investment banking giant apart from its Wall Street competitors, Goldman Sachs will initially offer various contracts with Bitcoin exposure before rumoredly entering the trading arena. So, they decided to come out and give a quote, "It is not a new risk that we do not understand. It is just a heightened risk that we need to be extra aware of." Goldman Sachs. Goldman had concluded Bitcoin is not a fraud, a poignant statement in an industry where competitor JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon's infamous description of Bitcoin still resonates. Which Jamie Dimon did come out later and he said, oh, actually, it may not be a fraud. George Soros, another big player out there who called Bitcoin some various nefarious things out there. He's now investing in cryptocurrency, maybe not Bitcoin specifically, but one of his funds tied to him, maybe not him personally, but a fund tied to him with billions of dollars worth of assets is getting involved with that. And then there's the Rockefellers getting involved with crypto. And the latest and the last thing today we're going to be discussing about all this, just, it doesn't mean anything. Just let it kind of stew in like a little soup out there. Actually, two things. MasterCard sales have slumped a little bit, and some of that was in relation to cryptocurrencies being banned, which at this point you have to realize that Visa and MasterCard are two of the largest providers alongside American Express, even though that's not used around the entire world, of credit cards, and a lot of credit card banks are tied to MasterCard, and it may not be a large amount of money in terms of percentages, around 1% slumps, but we're talking about billions of dollars here, and there's so many credit card users that were affected by the fact they're not able to purchase Bitcoin. I mean, millions upon millions of users. And some of these guys are millionaires waiting to invest $10 million, $100 million into crypto, so you're seriously losing out billions of dollars there. The last final thing we're gonna chat about. None of this is connected whatsoever. I don't believe in crypto. I'm just kidding. Of course I love crypto, but there's somebody who believes that. Tom Lee, he says, Bitcoin price is most likely going to increase coming after the consensus conference, which, looking at the past, yes, there have been multiple case scenarios where that has happened after consensus. It is May 9th. It's coming up. Consensus is taking place this upcoming week, May 14th to May 16th. And after that, I'm sure there's going to be some very interesting announcements. There's going to be a lot of news coming out about that. My name is Michael Cabrera. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and share. If you didn't, I don't know, go away.